Don't go in there. You will get shot.
We don't know enough about the state of mind of the officer at the time that he shot. That being said, it was certainly concerning to me.
We spoke with former Department of Justice attorney and police oversight expert Michael Giannacco to break down the controversial body cam video of a Prescott officer shooting and killing 34-year-old Daniel Leslie back in June.
One question that I have is what the officer believed the threat level to be at the time he decided to use deadly force.
Giannacco believes things could have played out differently had police held back and waited when Leslie entered the home.
Essentially create a barricaded suspect sort of situation in which there is then negotiations and other kind of tactics used to try and talk the man back out of the house.
Giannacco says the key focus of this investigation will be to answer that very question. While the Arizona Department of Public Safety's investigation found Leslie was unarmed, Giannacco says the officer will have to argue if he believed his life or a bystander's life was in danger during the time of the shooting.
Constitutional standard requires a certain level of threat to be in existence or a certain circumstance to be in existence prior to deadly force being authorized.
In his experience, Giannacco says what might come into play during the investigation is what's called the fleeing felon rule,
which suggests that if somebody is wanted for a crime of violence or a felony and is fleeing from an officer, that may be sufficient basis to use deadly force.
We did some digging and found Leslie does have a criminal history ranging from a burglary to drug charges. Giannacco says the fleeing felon rule only applies if the officer knew Leslie's criminal history ahead of time and successfully argues that it was enough to consider him a threat to others if he ran away.
Now, Giannacco says the investigations like this, they typically take about 4 months, and he believes it won't be long until these questions, like the officer's state of mind, get answered relatively quickly. In the studio, I'm Steven Sarabia for Arizona's Family.